Today, I want us to talk about the challenges I face. See, I've told you how I started, I went to Lagos, yes, but now the challenges, nobody tells you about this thing, especially when there's no one to show you the ropes. This is a business I didn't learn from anybody. It's not like I saw a business where they were selling jewelry and I was interested and I now learned from the person. This is an unknown territory. I've not seen anybody selling wedding rings in Nigeria. I didn't know who sold rings at all. So now, how do you start selling rings? How do you price it? But yes, they are the local people, the malams, they are there. But now we're trying to make it modernized. How do you price your rings, the staffing? I'm going to share with you a few of the challenges I went through. I wrote them down so I don't miss them. I just have about 6 or 7 of them. Let me share a few of them so maybe you can learn from and see that really it's not easy. You can be a pioneer in an industry, and then it's also good to have the first move advantage, but you also have the first move challenges as well. So when people come from behind, they can overcome the challenges because you have gone through them. I want to say I'm one of the pioneers of the jewelry industry in Nigeria, in wedding and engagement, having a physical store, not going to Dubai and carrying rings in a box and going to people's house. No, having a physical store and selling wedding rings, I can say that I'm the pioneer in that industry. So guys, before we move on, subscribe, like, share with your friends. So the first challenge I had was getting staff. I've gotten the office, right, and I had moved one person to Lagos, but now getting someone to stay with the staff, then I couldn't even afford to pay 2 staff members. So I had this one staff there, and so it was so difficult. Some days I'll be scared. What if she doesn't come to work? What if she packs all my rings and disappears and we don't get to see her? What am I going to do? She's in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm in Port Harcourt. What if she doesn't pick her phone? What if someone comes and steals everything from her? What if she doesn't show up? So many things to be scared of. There's so many what if, so many reasons why I shouldn't even think about opening a second brand, like so many reasons. But what do we do with those fear? We prayed about it, we spoke God's word, declared God's word, and we kept on going. So with that fear, thank God it never happened. So she came to work. This girl has been diligent. I moved out. Remember, I moved out from another city to another city, moved out to Lagos, got an accommodation. So she was the only staff there for, let's say, about 4 to 5 months, and then I had to get another staff. So I had interviews, and I employed a second staff. In my old video, you saw that office. That office couldn't even take more than 2 staff members. So I got another staff to come and work with her. And of course, we're not even using systems there. We didn't have invoices. We didn't have receipts. Like, okay, yeah, we had this. We had the, what do you call it, the hard copy invoices, but we didn't have systems, computers to be raising invoices and all that. So whenever we sell, we have to manually call and say we have sold one item, so take it off from the store. So my first challenge was getting staff that will stay, getting staff that will sell the same way we are selling in Port Harcourt, getting staff that will be on brand, ensuring that the way we speak in Port Harcourt is the way we speak in Lagos. These things were so difficult to achieve at that time, but we persevered. We were able to get the second staff, and then I even got a third staff member. Now we're doing almost 1 year in Lagos, and it was time for us to move. So staff was one of the major challenges I had while moving from one location to another. Second challenge I had was managing different locations. Now, it's one thing to have one branch, wake up in the morning and go to that location. Now you have 2 locations. I cannot be in 2 places at the same time. I can only be in one place. And the other place is not even like a drive away, a distance away. It's in another city. For me to get to that city, I have to get on a plane and go there, pay hotel accommodation and stay there. That's the only way I can be in the second location. So it was so difficult managing 2 locations at that time. It was so, every day I was on the phone, every day I was talking to my staff. Even if I travel abroad, I'm asking what's going on. I was always, because remember what I'm selling, wedding rings, engagement rings in 18 karat gold, in diamonds. So I had to ensure that my eyes were on the money. That was a major challenge for me, managing 2 different locations. Now we have 5 locations, but then 2 locations was a big challenge, but we overcame that challenge. You know how it is with success. As you overcome one, you're like, what's the next one? What's the next one? Let's go. We can go for it. We were in Ikeja. By the time we knew it, we were looking at Lekki, because customers were like, I'm coming from Lekki to Ikeja branch. And we'll be like, we're closing by 6. And if you know Lagos very well, Lekki is like another area, Ikeja is another area, and it's so difficult for someone to move from one place to another place and go back and come back twice in a day. So sometimes customers will tell us they are coming from Lekki axis, and we're like, we can't wait for you. So we had to open a second location in Lekki, I think 2 years later or so, but managing 2 locations was a challenge there. Now we've overcome that challenge with structure, with processes and operations, but that was a major challenge as at that time. The third challenge I had was stocking the shops. Hey, so you know how this business started from side hustle, Abi? It was a side hustle. My main business was still going on. I was still printing from there. My main business was my cash cow. When they sell from there, I use milk them, take their milk and put in St. Tracy. And so now, how will I fund it? With jewelry, it's a lot of investment. One ring costs a lot of money before you, and you have to stock up the shops. I know how customers can be. They'll come to your shop and they'll be like, is that all you have? You have 2 trays of ring, like, is that all you have? People want to see variety. People want to have choices to make. And now I have to stock up 2 different locations. How am I going to do that? Where's the money come from? There was no, what do you call it, no loan from anybody, no loan from husband had given me money years ago, and that money I was multiplying and multiplying. For how long? But guys, I did. What did I do? I ensured I was putting back everything I was making. Like, I did not spend on myself. Thank God I had a supportive husband who was taking care of the children, taking care of the house, so I didn't have to bring in my own money. All my money was going into the business, stocking and stocking. When I sell, I'll buy back. When I sell 5, I'll use the money and buy back 6 or buy back 7. I ensured I kept stocking. There was a time a friend of mine who also sells jewelry, she was opening her shop and she came to my store. She called me on phone to say, guy, I opening my own jewelry store. She was opening the 2nd branch, I think, and she wanted to have more stock in her. She didn't even have stock as well. And she called me on phone and said, please, can she come to my store in Ikeja and take some rings and add to her shop? Whatever she sells, she'll give to me. And I was like, okay, fine. The day she came to my shop, she called me on phone and said, is this the shop that you have? Remember that shop I showed in that picture? If you not, I think I'll put it again so you can see. This shop, she said, is this the shop that you are posting from Instagram? Hey, is this what people are seeing? It was small, but you know, with jewelry, what do you want? Shebi is ring. The ring is small and it's not occupying the whole space, so you really don't know the size of the space. We started very, very, very small. She was like, is this the shop? I said, yeah, this is the shop that you came to take ring for. With your massive shop that you have, you needed my small shop ring to add to your store. So it was that small. So stocking was an issue there. Customers would come and they wanted variety. They were used to going to Dubai and seeing so much jewelry to choose from. And now you say a jewelry shop and you only have like 10, 15 or 20 rings in store. But that's how we started. So stocking was also a challenge. The next challenge we had was, of course, funding. I needed money to fund the business. I needed money. Funding didn't come. The max I probably got from a bank was that loan that you get and you have to repay. Thank God I was able to pay back. I think that was like maybe after a few years, but really there was really no funds. It was plowing back. I'm plowing back my feeding money, plowing back everything I made just to ensure that we could stock up. Because we realized that when customers came to the store and saw lots of rings, they were buying. They were going to buy when they saw variety to choose for. When the stock was limiting, it limited our sales as well. So funding was a challenge that we had. If you watch up to this moment, please subscribe, please like, and please share. If you've gotten value here, comment and let's interact and tell me the kind of topics you want to hear. Another major challenge we had was importing our goods. You know that we're selling jewelry and it's not something we can just put in a cargo ship and just send to Nigeria. No. Sometimes I had to take a flight and go to those countries and pick up, and that costs a lot of money. So imagine you're putting in, let's say, 1 million naira worth of goods and your flight is another 1 million naira. How much are you going to sell this thing? So that was a major challenge. Right now, if you're selling shoes or bag, you can just order for it, put it in a ship and then to come here. And then also, you know, this challenge, the advantage you have now where you can go to Alibaba, go online and see them. Then there was nothing like that. If you wanted to buy from a supplier, you had to enter the plane and go to those countries. We didn't have Google the way we have Google now, where you can just Google and see lots and lots of suppliers and even chat with them. Then if you wanted to see anything, you had to take a plane. Nobody was giving you suppliers no more. You had to take the plane and go to that country, go to that city, shop, and then bring your things by yourself. So that was a major challenge. And then another challenge we had again was trust from customers. Now the internet is opening up, but do people trust you? Customers, do they know you? Do they like you? Do they trust you? When they check your Instagram page, you only have 1,000 followers. Who is this one? You're telling me that, and then you're not doing pay on delivery. That was a major challenge we had. People did not know us. People did not trust us. And so people were not ready to shop online. And then we had only 2 locations in Port Harcourt, and now we had in Ikeja. And so those who are in Abuja, in other states, were like, the only way we can buy from you is if you do pay on delivery, and we're not going to do pay on delivery. So that was also a challenge we had. That was a struggle we had with ensuring that people could trust us with their money and pay. But you know, by little, with people's testimonials, those that trusted us, those that were able to pay when we deliver, and they're able to send us their testimonials and we post it, more people now started trusting, and that's how come we're able to overcome most of this challenge. I hope that you learned something from this video. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button now. Comment, tell me what part of it, what struggle you also had in your own business. I can share, throw some light on that matter as well. I hope you learned something. I'll come again in another video sharing more that other things in this my entrepreneurial journey with you. So guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you and have a fantastic day.